Stopping volume. Now, stopping volume occurs when a trend is exhausted and it hits a brick wall of traders that are working or making an effort here to push the market in the opposite direction. It would make sense, right, based on the naming. Now, we give it some conditional rules. So in this case, with the green bar, it would be with the POC at the low of the bar, and then the most volume traded at the bid at the lowest two price levels within the last two candles, right? So here we're just seeing it. Oh, here, this will get easier, of course, vice versa on a red. Let me show you on a chart. Now, I wanted to use this as an example here. Here I'm within the parameters of the footprint where we have all the bar markers here. Now, I just thought this would be a good example. In the symbol for the stopping volume is just a little lowercase v, but it can be, you can miss it. It's a little small. So I just thought I'd use this as an example. You don't have to stick with the bar markers. You can type in whatever you'd like, whatever, if you want to abbreviate or SV or write it fully or change the bar marker. That's an option for you. It's up to you. I just thought I would give you an example here of the stopping volume because this is a good signal to look for. And I thought this would be a good example here of where you can draw that in. So let me cancel this here, and then we'll look at a couple of examples. So here on the chart, you see, of course, we've had a big little push up here. I don't even know what day it is. Doesn't matter. Oh, and it looks like this is the overnight. So we've had a push up here. We're coming down now. Here's some stacked imbalances. The market is running into that, and just after that, here's the stopping volume. Right. So if we look at it, you can see the size. Now I pushed the bid ask is off to the left of the candle here, so we can see on the bid these two larger than these two, larger than these two, larger than these two, larger than these. It's actually from the high. It's 10 candles. So here now, in addition, you see that green stripe pushing over here. That's the stopping volume notification, and it's extended. I have it set until it's tested or broken. So that's a good example of it here, and I think can be just a little easier to spot than just that tiny little V. It's easy to miss it. Then let's go up here, and then we've got a couple of here side by side where I get some stopping volume on a red candle here. So we go up 10 bars here with the volume on the ask we're increasing here. So as we've come up here, now we get stopping volume here. There's another push higher. Looks like it's likely just a grab of liquidity. That's the pre-market high. And then we get additionally here because the conditions are still here. So even though you've got a push higher here off of the stopping volume here, it reestablishes here because if we go back 10 bars, we've got that higher volume on the ask in the last two price levels. So kind of a cluster that you see up here. It's a decent example in that you wouldn't necessarily see stopping volume and think, oh, I got to sell it at the market. But again, it's more to draw your attention to look for some sort of a setup that you might identify here. And then you see here we've got some stopping volume on the buy side here. And again, that extends until it's your choice whether you want to set it to tested or broken. So a decent example here in that just because I have stopping volume up here doesn't mean that we're going to fall through the floor. It just means that the market is hitting resistance here. That's perhaps not surprising as it looks like that's the first test of the pre-market high. Come back down here. So after the retrace, then we hit some stopping volume here because if we count back 10 bars, right, and you see how that just carries on. More stopping volume, and then that looks like that extends until that looks like that's the open of the market, and then off we go to the races. So good example here of stopping volume, and also just another option so that you see you can write in whatever you'd like. So if you think stopping volume is too much, I don't need all that text, you just put a capital SV if that's easier for you. All right, stopping volume.